can't stop me. Darth Vader will become more powerful than either of us.
Faith in your new apprentice? Misplaced, maybe. As is your faith in the dark side of the Force.
I refuse to keep playing this because I am playing this intro. It's an amazing intro. I'm enjoying it so much, but I'm keep seeing Helen looking at her mobile. She's not paying attention to anything of this intro. Why? Why?
In my defense, I was trying to find photos of the Harry Potter Ron figure from the China Joy event because I was saying before the stream, do you think that sculpt's been updated? And we weren't sure. So I was trying to find a reference photo so I could inform our lovely viewers as to whether or not I thought it had been updated. But also, I don't do Star Wars.
So, is it true or not that every time that I play a Star Wars intro, you don't see shit? Is true or not?
For the most part, yeah. Like, I'm not interested.
Okay.
This shouldn't be a revelation to you, Joel. Like, how long have we been streaming for, mate?
It's just the intro. It's just to get to get our mood going. But
I don't know what it is. Like I have no context. I don't know who these people are. I don't really know what they're doing.
Know, like, you even don't know.
Makes no difference.
Who are the characters that we saw just now?
Well, I saw Yoda when I looked up.
When you looked up, you saw Yoda. Amazing.
At least I'm honest. But no, seriously, I was trying to find some pictures of the Ron so I could tell you where they were to compare, because I thought it was really interesting that when we got that tease, everyone was like, oh my god, Ron, that sculpt looks amazing. Whereas lately, I feel like some people have been like, oh, I don't know about that Ron sculpt. And I thought, isn't that interesting that there's that change in sentiment? But I don't really know that I think the sculpt has changed. So I wanted to see if I could find a comparison, but Inart Instagram was not my friend. There he is.
It's for sure is in the Facebook. But anyway, good morning everyone. Or as good evening. As you have probably already saw, Christian is not here. That Korean probably fall asleep because we talked with him in the afternoon. We scheduled everything as always, and I think he fell asleep, or I don't know. He doesn't answer my message, doesn't answer calls. I try to call his number, it's powered off, so probably will appear here a bit later. Anyway, let me just say hello here to the Bro Collector, member of the channel. Greetings, Collectors Unite. How are you, my friend? Noble Young as well. How are you, Noble Young? Lane Kramer. Hey, welcome to Bread and the Crew this morning. Lol, it's a lot to talk about this week. Indeed it is. I don't know, but just find something about that smiley Ron expression kinda even more creepy than Sidious. I don't see the... I don't find the expression very creepy, honestly. Texas Boy 210, let's go Collectors Unite. How are you, my friend? Bob Dylan, happy Friday. How are you, Bob? Did you find out how that that guy on Facebook got a hold of Mace Windu so fast? Because that someone was selling a Mace Windu from in UK, already have it in hands, but it was just released in Hong Kong today. Thalia Meyer, hello everyone, hello, how are you? Welcome. The Movie Canon, also a member of the channel. Hello Collectors, how are you, Movie Canon? Gilbert Almazan, good morning Collectors Unite. It has become very expensive to be a Star Wars Hot Toys collector these days. It is true, I think now more than ever, even for Star Wars collectors, you need to pick up what you want to collect from Star Wars. It's already very difficult to get everything Star Wars. You will need to pick up your lines. Either you go with the prequel stuff, either you go with waiting for OG stuff, or you go with the newer Disney stuff like Ahsoka and so on. There's stuff for everyone, so no complaints here. Tiny Art Guy, looking forward to the show as always. How are you, my friend? Big Brick Artemis from the Wolf Pack. How are you, Brick? What's up, fellow collectors? Mark Attack, also member of the channel. Can't wait to hear from Darth Ellison. Yeah, I think she is not too willing to speak tonight. She said, Christian is not here. I will only speak about Ron. But
I said you're going to have to do a lot of heavy lifting tonight but it's funny, I do, as someone who doesn't collect Star Wars, I certainly have some questions I would be keen to hear about Star Wars collectors on, so I'll save them for that part of the show.
Okay, Mike Fayella in the house too. Hey everyone, excellent way to start the stream. I'm just missing the commentary from Allison. Doc Smizzle, hello there, hello Doc, how are you? Keith Lee, happy Friday collectors, bring on the streaming music trail. Already on, once I saw your comment. She doesn't want to see spoilers from Star Wars. Yeah, maybe that's why she was looking at the phone. Blue Tattoo in the house, hi everyone. Akira as well, a bit late, but hey guys. No, we just started. We were kinda waiting on Christian to arrive, and we will only start when he was here. Mark Attack saying the Ron is spot on. He made that dumb face the whole film. Yeah, I also kind of remember that. We got as well Mario in the house. Hello Mario, how are you? Equan, dang, Inart isn't even in the main topic. Our Chen knows how to stomp out the competition, and it's interesting, you know. When Inart announced the pre-order date, I was actually talking with Ellen also, and I sent a message to some people saying Hot Toys is going to dump a lot of stuff that day because they are going to shut down any Inart hype. And it's not the first time this happens, it's already the second time. If memory doesn't serve me wrong, I think when Inart opened the PO for their last figure, I don't know if it was the Dune or which figure it was that...
I think it's a pretty regular formula, because I feel like when they announced the Joaquin Phoenix 4-pack, isn't that when they then dropped that Han Solo figure?
The Han Solo, exactly. The Han Solo
and
was
then with the Dune again,
4-pack.
It feels like every time even when they go, here's some updated product photos, it's like Howard's just got all these figures ready-made, and he's like, boom, exclusive, 2,500 figures on sale tomorrow. So it's quite interesting, exactly. But as I say, even when I feel like Inart's gone, his new product photos, Hot Toys give them a couple of days and they just drop something. And it does tend to be Star Wars. They tend to drop something pretty big not that long afterwards.
Figurecraft saying, good morning, João and Helen. Happy Friday, collectors. Getting my kid ready for school. Looking forward to joining you later. Figurecraft is going to join us later. He's just getting the kids ready to school. Tremble Dest also in the house. Hey, people. And Bob didn't say, yeah, thanks to Jedi Patrol. I found out he's a blogger photographer. I wasn't following. Oh, interesting. But is he allowed to sell the figure this early? You have to wonder. Evil Sneaker. Hey all, how are you, Evil Sneaker? We got as well here. Miss Allison is asking if you got the artisan Loki. Akira is asking. Did you got art? Yeah, I think no, right?
No, I didn't. I have the Avengers Loki. He's like in there. And that's enough Loki for me. That's probably my favorite one too.
L Walker also in the house. Good morning, guys. And we got as well. No one. Is Alden. So, about this run. First thing, interesting, is before even we talk about the sculpt, it's the price. Is price higher than Harry? I don't understand why they are pricing this. It should be either the same price, either a bit cheaper, because they are using the same uniform, they are using the same, everything is the same basically. It's just a change of head. I don't think it has anything to do with materials. I don't believe it's the likeness of the actor that is. Oh Jesus! No, I just found out this, and this is a bit strange. Why is Hermione in the Ron base and Ron base in Hermione base?
Maybe they're just trying to show that they're interchangeable. Like, I do like the fact that all the pieces connect together. I do like the bases, really. Yeah. I do like the bases, and then with Harry together, I think it will look amazing. I think this is a really good idea. But being Ron at the... I think Ron... I'm not sure about the price of the standard, but the deluxe I know is $586 with kit. I don't know. I mean, what's Inart game? Well, for people already got Harry is like, now you are stuck into a corner because you need to get Ron. Either you pay a bit more and get it, or you miss the chance. Because that's the only thing I could think of, because there was talk previously that said that the Harry Potter figure is actually the Inart figure that's had the least amount of pre-orders. We don't know how many that is. So the only thing I was thinking is, in my mind, surely you're not buying Ron if you haven't bought Harry. And there might be people that just want Harry and maybe Harry and Dumbledore. So is it a case that they don't think they're going to get big numbers of this, and therefore it needs to be at a higher baseline price to offset the cost of production? Like, that's the only thing I can think of, because it's not that long since they did announce that Harry figure. And as you've said, I don't know that there's a huge amount of difference that would make you go, yeah, I know why Ron is extra, because he's coming with whatever, some magical beast or a dragon or whatever. Like, he's not. Like, he's got same diorama. You'd argue the animal he's coming with, like Scabbers, is a simpler animal to make compared to Hedwig the owl. Even with the head sculpt, like, you don't need the lightning bolt, you don't need glasses, like, there's a few less elements there. So I just have to wonder if it is they're not expecting to get big numbers, and that's why maybe they have to charge a bit more. My theory based on nothing, happy to be corrected.
No. There's no any factual reason for this. Lane is saying the price could just be because it's been a bit since Harry was announced. No, but the materials went up. I don't think it's because the plastic went up. I don't think so. Gilbert saying it's more expensive because ginger. Econ, 1800 to get all 3 Harry Potter kids. Not only that, if you are counting only the kids, right? Because then we got Dumbledore also coming. And didn't they tease also the other teacher, the lady?
McGonagall?
Did they? Or did
I'm not
or
sure
was,
that they
I was
did.
dreaming. I was dreaming.
I feel like so far it's just the 3 kids and Dumbledore, and I feel like a lot of people have been hoping that they'll make a Snape figure as well, because I think Alan Rickman's a pretty popular character. But yeah, so far it's just those 4, and I think the other talk has been that perhaps they would do the kids from another movie, whether that's the last one or maybe something in the middle like Goblet of Fire. I'm not 100% sure,
no. For
but
me,
I think that's what they've talked about.
For me, I'm perfectly fine with Sorcerer's Stone, or I remember in Europe was a Philosopher's Stone. They named this movie.
Yeah, it was called Sorcerer's Stone in America because they didn't think the word philosopher they thought would impact the popularity of the book, so that's why it actually got renamed Sorcerer's Stone just for the US market.
What I remember it was Philosopher's Stone. This looks really good, but I'm not enough fan to pick this up. You know what? I did watch all the Harry Potter movies. Is one of the franchises that actually, as a family, we watched all together again, and all the family love this movie. So I think this is more for something for all of us here at home than only for me and for anything like that. Owen, Ace Beam, how are you, Ace Beam? Hello, Ace Beam. My internet is breaking. Afternoon, guys. Ron looks great. Pre-order him and new BBO silicone rooted Godfather. I saw that one, you know. But Damn Toys Godfather is already so good. I don't know if what was the price for that. I even didn't check the price. I saw a video. They posted a video of that figure that is a silicone neck that you can rotate it, you can bend it. They should have made a Harry Potter single release and then a 3-pack. Because you want only the Harry Potter, right? They thought Americans wouldn't understand what philosopher meant. Not even joking. That's the real reason. Really?
Yeah, I remember reading something that talked about they very deliberately changed the title for the American market.
Philosopher is not any very hard word to understand. With that office style RAM, it will be very expensive. BBO Beast was 400. Yeah, I think it will not be cheap at all. But I did see some people with that Beast one, and the figure came out great, right? Let's just see how long that silicone will handle. I don't know what kind of silicone they are using. Has been saying 100% the reason. Okay, I think it's strange. This I don't know.
It happens a lot though, because I hear that with Australian movies that try to get into the US market. Like we had a really popular movie called The Castle, and they tried to get it into the US, and part of the one of the scenes references Australian TV show, which it's going to sound funny to people, but it was called Hey Hey It's Saturday, but they knew American audiences wouldn't know what that is, so in the American version they changed it to like SNL, so they would have a sort of guide reference to the type of show that the family was watching on TV. So I think it happens a bit.
Interesting indeed. Anyway, Ron is out, and I remember, I don't know who said this, but I it was you, Ellen, that said that Harry Potter was very low. The pre-orders were very, very low.
Yeah, I heard that on a stream that Justin was on, where he said that the Harry Potter pre-order so far was the smallest to date, even smaller than Pennywise, and that really surprised me, because when Inart first said they were doing this Harry Potter line, I remember I asked on the stream, like, who's gonna buy this? Because I know for me, like, I read the books, I lined up to buy the books, I saw all the movies, but for some reason, it's not an IP that I've ever felt I really need merch for. And I kind of wasn't sure if the big Potterheads would pay this money for these figures. And a lot of people in the comments were very strong, going, no. You know, the Potterheads, they'll find it, they'll buy it. This is going to be a really big seller. So I was really surprised because I would have thought Harry Potter is a lot more mainstream than Pennywise and It and all that stuff.
Right.
So to hear that Harry had a low pre-order number, and that's why I'm saying, like, I would have thought, are you really going to buy Ron or Hermione and not have Harry? So if Harry's low, then surely the quantities are going to go down even more for Ron and Hermione. So that's why I'm wondering, is that why the price is higher? Because they're not anticipating
selling that much.
as many units as they would like, and they're going, well, we're going to up this price to offset the fact we're not going to sell many units.
Exactly. I understand. I completely agree with that. And but that may be also. And now you imagine now that Ron, the pre-orders are really low, right? That are low, almost cannot meet their expectations. We cannot be guaranteed that they even then proceed to do Hermione.
Well, I mean, it's interesting because, I mean, you know, I know I've been pretty critical of it on Inart, and I don't take back anything that I've said, but like, they've teased it, they've shown it. Hideous knees aside, I think this is really early in the Inart story for them to be teasing things and not making them. So I agree, like, they might be concerned about the numbers, but it's like they're like the Three Amigos, right? And I do agree with some people thinking perhaps they should have done them as a 3-pack and had Harry on their own. Like, I think that might have perhaps made sense, but
I also think
I just think that would be very damaging to their brand if they don't make her, in my view.
Yeah, it's true. Bob Dylan, it will be better from the authors to be their own masters which can teach defense, I guess. What are you doing here? You are marveling Harry Potter. I love Harry Potter. It was my childhood, and at one point I like it more than Star Wars, but I never had action figures of Harry Potter as a kid. It just doesn't work for me, same as now. It's fair, completely. I can see that, Mark. I would also, I don't want as well to have the Harry Potter, because it doesn't fit in my collection anywhere at this moment. I will want to have probably my room, his cabinets. Probably I want to have it there. People are already begging for another run of Harry Potter missed out. This will be expensive in the aftermarket. I hope they will not do another run. Because if they are considering doing the older versions afterwards, just wait for that. And let's not forget one thing, J&D is also going to do Harry Potter, so you will have chance with J&D for Harry Potter and Lord of the Rings too. But this Harry Potter, he was not on pre-order a few times. It was a big window, like a month.
Yeah, they've been better with those windows. Like, yeah, but we haven't had that 3-day craziness.
It's not like you forgot to pre-order Harry Potter. It's probably because people were not considering that, oh, Ron will come as well now as Ron, then is the other one. Same happened with Gandalf, right? Gandalf, the aftermarket for Gandalf is crazy. You don't see Gandalf at very good prices.
Sure, it'll be interesting to see, because I know for me, I was very surprised to see some retailers then had extra Gandalf, and again, hypothesizing, so we don't know. Might Inart make more Harry Potters to get to retailers knowing that you're not going to buy these? But this is the hard thing with their approach, right? Like, I can understand people wanting to know, what does this line look like before I commit? Like, it's very hard to buy a figure and not know what else you're going to get in the set. So I just think, even if they had said when they dropped Harry, gave a sense of, this is what the line's going to look like. At a minimum, you're getting Ron, Hermione, you're getting you're getting Dumbledore and whoever else it is. I think that would just help people commit, because if you know what the future looks like, you're like, okay, I know I want them all, or I know I want this subset of those characters, I will pre-order this figure. Whereas the way they're doing now when we're in the dark, it makes it hard, and collecting backwards is not fun, and particularly for things like these, because will the price go up, won't they? Because I think we've all seen posts of rooted hair Jokers going for prices that we weren't expecting, like a lot lower when they were first on the market. So I just don't trust anything to hold a high price right now, but I just wish that they would give that sense of this is what we're making. Because I have seen people join groups to go, oh, I've just kind of discovered these and I want this Ron, but like, where was Harry? Like, I wasn't aware of this to pre-order it.
Keith Lee is also saying here that John already said on Mafia's stream that they aren't increasing the pre-orders for Harry. Interesting. Rob is asking, do you think Inart or J&D will ever get the Star Wars license, or does Hot Toys have a tight grip on it? I remember what is the name? Is it Jason? What was the name? From J&D, he was doing a live stream and someone asked him about Marvel and Star Wars, and he said that Hot Toys has that pretty locked up. It's impossible for them to approach those licenses. Both Marvel and Star Wars. S-Beam saying Inart has perfected these Harry Potter figures. Just doesn't fit in my collection. I know I'll end up selling them down the road if I got them. Who knows? But then you can sell for a good price. Who knows, right? Also, it's weird as a UK collector. It looks like my primary school uniform. Oh, I can understand that. It's tough to be a collector for a huge line. We didn't think we would get the full Bad Batch, and look at the line now compared to the Guardians. Exactly. The Guardians are not complete, right? The Guardians of Galaxy 3 is not. They are not complete yet. While the Star Wars stuff, Bad Batch gets a lot of stuff, and Ahsoka is. They are crazy with the Ahsoka line. Already 14 or 15 figures, something like that. Mandalorian line was huge. Mandalorian line was 36 or 37 figures. They do huge stuff for Star Wars, for sure. Way more than Marvel later.
Well, that's the thing, right? And if nothing else, I would have thought you'd do a Drax, because, you know, the 1.0, we know it wasn't perfect. It's a character a lot of people love. They want a better version of it. They teased it, but no Drax. So Gamora, another one that, you know, figure from Volume 2 was, you know, highly sought after. I think that is a figure, a Marvel figure that quite rarely has maintained its high price. So it does surprise me that at a minimum they haven't also added a Drax to that Guardians 3 line.
It's sometimes, I don't know if it's really licensing or what, but sometimes things just don't make too much sense. Toy box turned to page 394. J&D Harry will have a real skull inside the silicone. Will be the definitive version for $2,000. No, that's not for me. J&D, I think I will never reach that. Lane Kramer, I think they look fine, but total pass for me on this. The pricing for run just made me go nope. Yeah, I actually talked with Kit about this, and Kit said himself he also doesn't know why Inart increased the prices for these. Anyway. And SPM is saying, I'm not gonna get in the way of those that truly want them. I mean, if you have 1 month to PO and is not a limited pre-order, you are not getting on the way of anyone, because everyone have a chance to pre-order in 1 month. 16 fix in the house, Marco, how are you? Sculpted Gamora will be an easy one. It's true. But maybe they are going to do artisan Gamora? I don't know. Because everything can be artisan at this moment, right? It's after Loki, probably we will see more Marvel stuff. I would like if Hot Toys, not for me, but I would like if Hot Toys did the main Avengers, the Avengers team, the main Avengers.
Yeah.
Give them a refresh. Give them a refresh to the main line of the Avengers. The older line, the first Avengers line, and give them
that
or
Black
Age of
Widow
Ultron
in
or something like
that. The first Avengers, that Black Widow, not just the hair, but I don't know if this is just me, but when I've looked at photos other people have posted, I've seen the same thing. The material on that outfit is really wrinkling. Like, if you've posed her in any way, like particularly for me on the legs near the boot, the costume just feels so fragile that when I was posing it up to put in this display, I just went for a very sort of museum-esque pose because I was really worried about the longevity of the suit. And, you know, the way their, you know, sculpts have improved, the moving eyes. I definitely feel like the Black Widow and the Thor from the original Avengers movies could do an upgrade. But the one I've really wanted, because, you know, I'm a DC girl at heart, Artisan Harley Quinn from the Suicide Squad movie in the red and black jumpsuit.
Oh.
Amazing. I would hunt that down. I would love that.
No,
because I've wanted a Margot Robbie Harley Quinn, but I wanted that sort of comic style outfit. Like the first outfit from Suicide Squad did nothing for me. But that one from the second movie looked so good, and nothing. Didn't give it to us. Just gave us King Shark.
Because I'm telling you this why. Because I was checking with a friend here. He lives nearby me, and he has the All Avengers collection from the first movie until the end game. He has everything, and we were talking like the first Avengers, the figures they didn't age that well. It would cool to have a refresh.
And not only that, but a couple of them have gotten 2.0s, but not others. So we've had the new
exactly.
die-cast Mark
It's
7.
not balanced. It's like
the 20
saying
that you've got the 2012 Captain America from Endgame, which I know I've swapped that into my Avengers 1 display. So it would be so great. And even the Hawkeye, like I still think it looks good, but it's a single jointed elbow figure. And you've got this bow and arrow, and you're really limited in how you can pose him because single jointed elbows.
I still think I always liked a lot, and it is a figure that's still in my son's cabinet. I always liked a lot the Hawkeye from Age of Ultron. I don't know. I always liked that suit. I always liked that suit, and I always liked that figure. And still in my son's cabinet. He's posed there with the Groot, also from the Guardians 1.
Oh, cool.
I guess. I think it's Groot with Guardians 1. And 160's Net is talking about Hermione. Sorry, Jesus, I always made a mistake with his name. Hermione, about the jointed knees, right? But it looks like John from Inart. He did mention that a silicone body will be too expensive, so they opted for the joints. I would like to see how they look like in a front, if the knees look really bad, because I can remember, for example, the Birds of Prey Harley Quinns from Hot Toys. She also suffered from these kind of joints, and there was not much you could do with that. It's painful to see, but I don't know. I don't know if they ever will consider about the change. An updated Thor and Widow from Avengers will be great. 166 saying he could see it. Could see it, maybe Artisan, right? Thron's Office, how are you? He's saying Siege of Hogwarts is perfect. This always does. Yeah, it's true. Is exactly what I thought. This was basically a Siege of Hogwarts, because in the day that they are going to open the pre-order at 8 p.m. Hot Toys start early, but really early, 11 a.m. here. They start just dumping Imperial Commando, Kenobi, and then Darth Sidious. Within 30-40 minutes, all the topics change from where are you going to pre-order run from to what? We got Darth Sidious, and we got Kenobi, and this Kenobi, it's limited, and Imperial Commando is limited too, and that's and it's how Hot Toys does the thing, and it's cool. I mean, it's competition, it's cool, right? Keith Lee, well, they have already updated version of Captain America. Exactly, we already read this comment. When I go back, I always watch the classics, Age of Ultron, Winter Soldier, and Civil War. Still trying to complete lines from those films. Yeah, I know that many people that like Marvel, they really want to have those lines. Jay-Z in the house.
I've
What's
got the
up,
Winter
crew?
Soldier line.
Corpse Bride, Hermione. Oh Jesus, Mark Attack. That looks atrocious for the prices they are charging. We don't know. Maybe Hermione will be cheaper. Who knows?
Well, but
Those
Hermione's
back-knee
got
joints
more
look
hair.
horrid.
Like, that's more effort with the rooted hair, right? And
Nah,
she's
I
gonna
don't
have
count-
the cat. More
The
complex
cat,
animal.
Mark Attack was saying, I agree, this cat looks like a loaf, a bread loaf. It's very
Why don't they do cats well?
very strange shape.
wonder
Children
if the cat
figures
will be
give me the
rooted.
creeps. King Diggling, I kind of don't agree with this. I think only if you think it's creepy, it becomes creepy because it's just a figure. I don't understand how they can do seamless silicone arms but not legs. To what's two more limbs can cost that much? I think it has to do with two things. Maybe probably because of the shoes situations. Because then you need to find a way to have the shoes inserted without pegs. Or I don't know. Because the silicone on the legs, maybe the stains, I really don't know. 465, the Godfather. No diorama. Oh, it's kind of expensive, bro. Meat love. No, bread love, not meat. Make room for a Deadpool and Wolverine line, though. I don't know, you know, I'm sure you will have a Deadpool, a Wolverine. But I don't know more. I don't know if they are going to do much more than that. I think with Hot Toys, we always need to keep our expectations very, very low. Toy Box saying it's a prototype and the figure is not done. All the people crying about the figure that is not even up for pre-order. Exactly, but Toy Box, they could show, at least they could up the socks and don't let us see these joints. 165 saying, per the words of Zach, the cat looking like a baked bean. No, it's not. You are not wrong. It gives me a bean perspective. Tiny Art Guy, hit that like button, everyone. Yeah, I would really appreciate that. It's really sad for me when I finish the stream and then I go to check. Let me see how many likes. Oh, only 25 likes and we had 70 people, sometimes 100 people watching. It doesn't cost anything. You just click a like. Lane saying, I want to see Inart get out of more product to people before committing to a line. I mean, I got Aragorn on order, but man, seeing Ron's price made me go, what is Legolas price going to be someday? Legolas, I think it's going to be expensive, to be honest. Especially with that hair. Legolas, I think, and the ears, I think Legolas will be expensive. Bob Dylan saying, Fison, very cool, PD toys, Edation, Pop toys, there are so many options for slimless legs, they should invest it if they ever want to make a Wonder Woman. Good point.
Well, isn't the line we've been hearing for 2 years like premium materials, premium this, premium that? So, like, I know people are saying it's a figure that hasn't been put up for pre-order, but the narrative from the company has been, we are going to be the best, we are going to set a standard, we are going to do everything amazing. Like, you set that bar. Because as you mentioned, Joelle, we're used to, like, Harley Quinn knees that are not pretty. Like, no one loves them. But that's what you kind of expect with the figure. You know, if it's a female figure, if it's got something that's going to reveal the knees, it's going to be ugly. But when you're coming out and going all the streams and making these commitments to it's going to be superior, our product's going to be the best, then you're setting that expectation from people that you're going to stay true to that word. So that's Inart's spin. I don't see that as collectors being harsh. Like, you know, we'll never use pleather, we'll never do this, we'll never do that. That's their spokesman saying that on streams. We can go back and find all those comments. So I think people are well within their right to go, well, you promised us top level. And I don't think that situation with the legs is. That's just me.
It's fair. The deluxe price is high. Yeah, it's a bit too high. Man, if you're collecting Revenge of the Sith, Anniversary Love, and Marvel 2, we are gonna have a 2022 year all over again with No Way Home and Attack of the Clones. That's why now you cannot, you need to choose your lines. Unless you have a lot of money, because I think it's, the way it is now, I don't think it's feasible to collect Marvel, DC, Star Wars. At least not for me, to collect everything. Fortunately, because DC is being so poor lately, and my main focus was always the 89 and the Dark Knight trilogy. So I will feel just happy with the new Batman, the 89, the 2.0. I still have I have the both Jack Nicholson, I have the Batmobile, so I'm good with that. And Dark Knight is done. I don't want to look at that line anymore. Really, I'm tired of that line. I'm really tired. I'm okay with the DX19. The Dark Knight is enough. The Inart Joker, perfect. The Two-Face from Hot Toys, the 2.0 is enough. And I really don't. I think the Dark Knight line it's a line that it was overused, was abused. With it's time to let that go. And to be honest, and I already said about this, I'm not very excited about the 22 Batman. My Inart Batman still not arrive, not in a hurry. But yeah, it's been let me see, it's been 1 month around. No,
Yeah,
since
Yeah,
Justin did a
100%.
review. Justin and Jed did a review, and we are still waiting for. Well, I know that I saw last week there were I would say 10 collectors in China that got those. I think they are the top VIPs, Queen Studio customers, and they got those Batman. But apart from that, I even asked Kit, and Kit told me he has no idea. Maybe 1 more month. We don't know. So
there's maybe 20 in circulation, is what I'm hearing.
I don't know. For example, Justin has one, Jedi has one, Riley Reviews has one, Will Foxification has one. I don't know. And in China, let's say maybe more 10. Let's say there are 14, maybe more. The blogger photos in China, the black toys 33 and so on. Okay, let's say 20 Batmans that are going around. And I pre-order was not day one, was hour one. I pre-order my Batman with kit, but I don't know. Even Inart is not shipping for the customers in China that bought directly from them. So it's something
And
that
that's just the rooted, right? There's been nothing said about the sculpted.
Sculpted, there's nothing. There's no any news. I don't think they improved anything in terms of production. Hopefully Inart won't be like Queen, because Queen never complete lines. It's a thing that I'm more afraid, really. If they
That's a great comment.
They only have 3 lines. They only have Dark Knight, Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings, and maybe they have Justice League and The Hobbit that they can complete. If they don't do that, if they don't finish those lines, at least do the Fellowship for Lord of the Rings, do all the kits for Harry Potter, and then Snape, Dumbledore, Voldemort, something like that, I don't know. And Justice League, I don't know. Justice League it's unknown at this moment. They have Superman, probably they are going to do a Batman, Wonder Woman, unknown. Dark Knight, Viper already said this year, not this year, 2 months ago, 1 month ago. Viper said they are going to do Catwoman and the Dark Knight, but they are not sure if they can show anything within this year. So it's difficult.
But on that last comment, like, that's a topic I've wanted to raise, because Queen Studio has been really quiet in the 6 scale news space. Like, they came out with that Joker and oh my god, it sold out in, I don't know, 39 seconds. Then they gave us that random Bruce Wayne and Power Pose Batman figure.
Sorry, you are talking about J&D.
Sorry, J&D, sorry.
Okay.
But like, J&D's been really quiet. So they announced the Joker, they announced the Bruce Wayne / Batman, and this feels like it was months ago, and they've said nothing since. So I've started to wonder, because I see that they post the J&D news, and I do scan over it to go, are they going to say something about their 6 scale line? And they've been very quiet, and I'm starting to wonder, are they rethinking some of it? Because surely that Batman not selling out in a time through which J&D would expect has maybe made them a bit concerned, maybe made them realize, actually, we need to develop these things a bit more. People don't want a Batman figure that you really can't pose how you want. So I think it's interesting, because I think Queen and J&D, they've tried to come into this market, but I mean, have they really made a big dent so far? I don't know, but it is interesting, because I keep waiting to see something new from J&D, and apologies, I got the names mixed up, but they've been really quiet. If someone has seen a J&D announcement, please tell me if I've missed something, but I'm sitting here going, they made it sound like we're here to dominate. Again, we're going to be even more premium than the other premium people, and look at the silicon, and oh my god, amazing. It's been very quiet from them.
Yeah, it's true. Jade is saying he pre-ordered the Batman from Spec Fiction. Won't see mine till 2026. Oh Jesus, don't say that. Just a month. I'm still waiting for Toby, Maguire, and Padme. Oh, Toby. Oh, Big Rib, how are you? Hello, Breda and Helen. How are you, Big Rib? Welcome. Equan saying here, Inart review copies don't make sense. It's not like you can go out and buy one after you see a review. It's true, but I think is, like John said, is like a way to make their brand, more people aware of the brand while the brand is new. The review is basically more. The review is basically more for the people that actually pre-order and are keen to check how the figure looks like in hands, right? Something like that. Don't know. Yeah, Dune. Oh, they do have Dune. It's true, Bob Dylan. It's true. Do you think they are going to go to do much more about that? Let's see. But I guess they have good pre-orders for Paul. I guess so. We won't see the Fellowship completed, let's be honest. Not even Alpha of it. Marketech, I think Aragorn, Gandalf, and Legolas, it's a given. I don't know if John, or if they ever confirm other ones like Gimli, or if they are going to do Frodo, or the other hobbits. I really don't know. J&D got humbled by 6 scale collectors. I agree. Mark Mitchell in the house, member of the channel. How are you, Mark? Welcome. Ponky Cold Santa, how are you? The market has been flooded with new products. Some collectors are 40 pre-order commitments deep already. Some. Be careful, cancelled orders add up quick. It's true. 40 pre-orders. When you are into the 40 pre-orders, it can be downhill. It can go downhill from there when the invoices arrive. It's true. It's true. That's why I said in the beginning of the stream, at this moment you need to be ready to say no to a lot of stuff and just live with it. It's the way it is, because some stuff you just need to say no. Yeah, it's cool, I like it, but I cannot, or else it's not sustainable to keep this hobby for many more years. The key is to say no sometimes, And if you do a pre-order and then you regret of that pre-order, you know you will need to eat the deposit and lose the deposit, and is a lesson learned. We all make mistakes. The most important is not to commit the same mistake 2 times. Okay, 3 times. Kojun Works was not prepared for our level of scrutiny and complaining. The 1/6 troll army is mighty and loud. It's true. We are savages. We are. J&D has nothing of interest in the 1/6 scale realm. They got dwarfed by the real companies in the space. I think so. I think that it was not the best timing. I think people were already happy enough with Inart in that middle higher range level. There was no need one more to come top of that. Hobbits were confirmed. So good, Hobbits were confirmed, it's cool. John said they are planning on doing all the Fellowship with the exception of Boromir. That character is still under consideration. Okay, the thing is that it's like I'm saying, Keith, let's say if you commit to the Fellowship from Inart, okay, I want to have all of them. And we are talking about Gandalf, Aragorn, Legolas, then 3 Hobbits, and Gimli. We are talking about, let's say, minimum 8 figures, 7-8 figures. It's a given fact that those 8 figures you will need, I would say, the minimum, and being very positive, I would say by 2030, you would have all the Fellowship in your hand in 5-6 years. Let's say 40 years in time. That's why it's so important for you to choose your lines. Okay, I have now Gandalf, I will have Aragorn, and then I will keep this line. Because a lot of money for these 8 figures. These 8 figures will run you, I would guess, more than $4,000. But anyway, if you collected the New Way Home was almost the same. I still influencer batches are ridiculous. Yeah, but they are going to go on with that. John already said that. So John just said they are working on Hobbits now. Amazing, cool.
Did John say if they were working from anything on the Dark Knight line, to go with their first figure released? Anyone?
John did say the Hobbits are in the works, no word on Gimli. Okay, I still think influencer batches are ridiculous. Brad, are you getting this Harry Potter line? Yeah, I'm getting this Harry Potter line because I'm not getting Dune. I pass on Dune. I really don't need. And I'm not pre-ordering a lot of stuff. Okay, this Dark Side line from Star Wars really got me in a lot of surprise, and especially with the limited editions. For example, I would love to have, I really would like to have the Kenobi, the Mandalorian armor, but it's impossible to get him because the pre-orders in China will start tomorrow, 11 a.m. But the problem is that they are already using bots to pre-order, and the script they are using, they pre-order everything within 15 seconds. It's too fast. You don't have. It's not humanly possible for you with your phone to click in every step and go to the cart and check out. It's impossible. They already cracked that. There's a lot of people using bots. The fight is now between bots. It's not between collectors. The fight is check which bot is the fastest one.
That sucks.
I will actually try to show in the next Collectors Unite, because someone sent me a video of the bot working on the Hot Toys website. I don't know if that's forbidden. Maybe I should not show that. Interesting. Econ Didi, oh that's what it was in my stream. You only get one shot 2 times, exactly like the Ecto one. Evil community laugh. Market Tech, at the rate they are going to take them 8 years. I'm going to be positive. 5 years. That's fine, would be the same as Hot Toys made them for the whole line, would only take that long, if no longer than they barely complete lines. But Hot Toys lately has been better on that. Helen, do you have any OT custom sculpts for your Nolan figures?
I don't. I will be honest, I have looked at his website a few times, particularly for things like capes. I guess the biggest sculpt that he does is that sort of Batman Begins. I don't display my figure, oh god, sure he's up to no good. I don't display the figure in the Batman look. I prefer to have that in the First Night Out look. And I did upgrade that sculpt to the newer Hot Toys one. But I don't. I know they look really good, but I've heard they can take a long time, and there's been some mixed reviews, and I don't have a first-hand experience, but not at this stage, is what I'm saying. Maybe down the road, but I guess the thing I always say, and sorry because it is a big factor, is that, you know, exchange rate is a really big issue for us here in Australia. It's not a great exchange rate at the moment. Like a US dollar is about 65, or yeah, a dollar Australian gets you 65 US cents. So you're essentially adding 35 to 40% to the price, which does make you sort of really have to want something. We'll see later on. I don't know. I had put my faith in Inart and their premium products and all the things that they promised, and had thought that by now I would have seen at least some kind of companion piece for that Joker, because they said, you know, the exact words were, of course we'll make the Dark Knight, of course we'll make the Catwoman, of course we'll make Bane. And I haven't seen any of them as yet. So I'm not sure anymore with whether I still have the patience to wait for those things. But I mean, if you've got any OT custom stuff, like, let me know. What do you think about it? I'm keen to hear some first-hand reviews, because I don't think I know anyone who has any of their stuff.
Keith Lee's saying, Helen, John said that the Dark Knight franchise is huge in China. He also mentioned that the Ledger Joker nurse outfit is off limits by Warner Bros. And this is interesting because...
But the J&D guy said the opposite, didn't he?
J&D guy said that Warner Brothers is not against if you do the nurse Joker or not. You can do every character from that movie. There is no any word from them saying you cannot do the nurse Joker. This is what J&D said. So it's interesting.
Who do you believe?
Let me see here, because sorry, Miss Allison, they asked about Bane and Catwoman and he didn't confirm anything on Mafia stream. He only said it was a popular IP. No, but Viper himself just, it was on Collectors Unite. I passed that interview. Viper said maybe 1 month or 2 months ago, Viper said that Dark Knight Rises, Catwoman are in the works, but they are not sure they can be announced this year, but for sure they are going to do a Catwoman and the Dark Knight Rises. Hot Toys takes years to complete lines. Half of Star Wars only gets figures on anniversaries. Don't understand the Inart needs to complete lines in 3 years narrative. Yeah, it's true, but it's just because it's a new company and we want them to avoid the mistakes that the other ones are doing. Bots have been used for years to buy out stuff like Air Jordans, of course, and Nikes when they release a new shoe. It's true, it's what it is. Yeah, that's absolutely fair. I've got this Dark Knight 1/6 sculpt and it did absolutely make it my favorite figure in the collection. So, like you say, expensive and takes a while.
Oh, that's cool.
The deputy in the house, how are you? I feel like Inart's response to literally everything was exactly the same. Oh, we want to do it, but gotta be the right time. Felt like a whole lot of fluff, and most of them aren't going to happen. That's the problem with... If you go to watch the first stream with Inart and see the last ones, there's always almost the same thing. We are going to check. I'll go back to my team and we'll let you know. We can surely check on that. We know it's a very popular IP.
And has anybody ever heard back? Because I watch those streams and we'll get back to you. And do you know what you never see? The video of that person going, hey guys, so John came back to me and here's all the answers to our questions.
I was excited for Inart's Nolan but I think they are stretching themselves a bit too thin, making each line take too long for me personally. I'd rather them finish a line and move on to the next. But takes time, and Inart it's very I can even call an experienced a bit, because their production line is still very small. They need to increase the production line, they need to increase the painters, they need to increase the people that do the routing, they need to increase a lot of personnel that need to be trained for that. It's not an easy process. So when they have all the machine well oiled up, I think everything will be faster. Bob Dylan is laughing his ass off. I don't know. It's because of Helen, I'm sure.
But do you not think, like, I can understand they got a little bit burnt by, they did that phase 1 and phase 2 figure list, and that didn't work out for them. So I completely understand where they're like, hey, we don't want to put that definitive list if stuff is not maybe 100% locked in. Because let's be honest, no one was going to buy a mirror figure if they made it. I have nothing against Amber Heard. That's just the fact of the matter. No one was going to buy that. But if you know you're going to go deep into a line, it's the same as with Harry Potter. Like, have the courage of your conviction to let collectors know how far are you going to go. Because if we've got to play the long game to complete the set, I think some people would have the patience if they know. But I'm feeling the same way about this Game of Thrones line, because they keep saying we're going to make Game of Thrones figures, we're going to do all this stuff. But you have no idea what they're going to make. Like, they've teased the Daenerys, they've said Jon Snow. But how far back are you going to go? Are you going to give us Ned Stark? Are you going to give us some of those sort of earlier characters that were really significant? Like, which looks are you going to do? So for me, I'm like, by the time they maybe play all their cards in the deck, I might be like, well, it's too late for me because I didn't get that Jon Snow at the start because you never gave me an indication that you were going to do Ned as well, and I want the Starks. So it would just be great if within the IPs that they're locked into and committed, if they gave us some indication of, look, these are the ones we're definitely doing, and these are the maybes. And I think that would help with some of the pre-order numbers as well, because if you know you're going to get a whole line of The Hobbit, you're more likely to commit to that first figure, in my view anyway.
No, it's a good point. It's a good point. But I was checking here. When did we saw the first time we saw Harry Potter was okay. The Harry Potter they did put for pre-order at once. But this one here, this from The Hobbit, let me just check because I'm searching here for a photo that I want to share. Is the Game of Thrones, they only show until now one was Daenerys, right?
Yeah, but they've said, or John has said in the streams, that they're also looking at Jon Snow. Okay. They're the only two characters that they've mentioned so far.
And let's not forget the 1/12 scale, the Dark Knight. Yeah. They show that, but then seems we haven't talked about Mace yet, YGP, because I was trying to give time to check if Christian would appear, but at this moment I don't think so. So I think we are just going to. I
think Christian's gonna get roasted on LWO tomorrow, right?
I'm going to burn that ass, I tell you. How can you
sorry,
make this
mate.
to us?
Sorry, Christian.
So we got Mace Windu released. Out of nowhere, I was really not expecting this to come out this time. I didn't see much the blogger photos. I don't know if people are happy or not with the head sculpt. I mean, it's not a perfect head sculpt, but I don't know, something about the eyes, but I think it looks cool. I thought I haven't pre-ordered this one, but just before the stream started, I was checking my pre-order list, and I did pre-order this with kit. So I thought in that moment that I was not pre-ordering because I wanted to wait for the head sculpt, but Ellen, and it's good. I can ask you. I can ask you are here. You know who's the
Maybe.
actor that plays Mace, right?
Yeah, it's Nick Fury.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Would you
Star
s-
Wars
would-
Nick Fury is what I'd call him if
Okay.
if we were in
okay.
chat.
Star Wars Nick Fury. Uh, from a outside perspective, because you are not familiar with the movies, but would you say that it looks like the actor?
Can we get a close up of the sculpt? Look, I have to ask a question, and I know this is going to upset Star Wars people. When was this movie released?
That's a good question, but this
Because I'm
movie
trying to
should
get a
have been
sense of, like, I have a vision of him now in Marvel.
2005.
Okay,
If I'm not
so
mistaken.
he
If I'm not
would
mistaken,
be
because
noticeably
sometimes I make these
younger.
mistakes and then I have the Star Wars troopers coming after me. Revenge of the Sith. I think it's 2025. 2005.
I feel like the Nick
Exactly.
Fury
July
figures
9,
maybe had a.
2005.
I feel
2005,
like the
July
Nick
9.
Fury figures maybe had a better likeness than this, but I don't have a visual memory in my mind of him at this year. Sorry, I don't. But also, does this? I'm assuming this is a scenario as well where it doesn't have rolling eyeballs. Is that correct?
It does have rolling eyeballs. Okay,
Oh,
but
it does? Okay, that's good.
just for an idea, this was a actual photo from the actor, so
Okay.
you can.
Me.
This was
Yeah, something's not right with that sculpt.
something you think something is not right with the skull with this.
I don't know if it's the angle of this picture, but the shape of the face doesn't seem right to me.
Oh boy. If we
Mate, what
cannot-
did you expect when you're asking me? I have no reference to what this is. You show me one photo that's not a comparable angle. I'm doing my best.
I know.
I like his pretty pink lightsaber. That's really cool.
I'm trying to find here a photo that is clear, and
I see people are saying it doesn't have rolling eyes.
it does not. Wow,
No,
thought
and I
Vision
think
today
that's
said-
the hard part with these figures that are coming out now, is that it's become such a standard feature that when these figures are coming out now and it doesn't have it, it feels like it's such a step back. But from the time they were announced, that wasn't a thing, because even things like Valkyrie, whatnot, like, it's really a bit disappointing that the rolling eyeballs that seems to be part of every release now, the stuff we're getting doesn't have it, so it feels like a bit of a letdown. Oh god, is this meant to be a better photo?
There's nothing. I cannot find anything.
Oh, well.
Look at this.
Maybe you
I'm
should
trying
do a
to.
poll in the chat.
I'm trying to find here a photo of Mace Windu from Revenge of the Sith, and I want to search for bigger photos. But
Oh, I
there's
think I
not
upset
much.
Bob, sorry. Apparently that lightsaber's
This-
meant to be purple. It looks pink to me, though. In that photo, it looks pink.
But here he is smiling with the. We need one without this showing his teeth. Okay, maybe we can work out with this one.
This segment isn't going as you planned, is it?
No, it's not going as I planned because he always move. The eyes are always moving. But the more photos I see of him, the more photos I see
Yeah.
of him in the movie, the worse this figure looks to me. So I don't want to, because there's something that is not correct. I don't know what it is. It does not have rolling eyes. A side-by-side comparison with the screenshot in the movie will display how terrible this sculpt is. Plus, no rolling eyes, so it's already dated. I would wait for in-end pics. Exactly, Tremble Dust. Exactly. Always better. Pink. It's supposed to be purple. Jesus. This
That
Mace,
looks
after
pink.
he was shocked and blasted out the window that one time. Shiny, shiny. How are you? She's right. It even have photoshopped the saber color properly. Yeah, that's a pink. Breda looks perturbed by this search. I am. I was really, because the more photos I was seeing, because you guys were not seeing, but I was scrolling through the photos and I said, "This Hot Toys figure doesn't look like Samuel Lee Jackson." No, I just didn't. Yeah, Mace was in that frame of should we have that separate rolling eyes completely. The all photos I'm seeing from Mace. It looks like he has a very expressive eyes, and in this in the figure it doesn't reflect that somehow, you know. Ear doesn't look like him, anything.
No.
It really doesn't. You know what? It looks more like the Mace from the Clone Wars. Let me see.
I was going to say he looks like an American basketball player called Mark Davis that came and played in Australia in the 90s, but no one knows who that is, so sorry.
Even not like the Clone Wars. Jesus. I was with a bit of hope. But you see, you understand what I'm saying or not, Helen? For example, you see here what I mean.
No, I agree. Like something's not right with it.
He has a very expressive eyes. The rolling eyes would I think would change this figure a lot because he has his eyes moving up.
But that's the thing with some of these figures that you want to put in those action and battle poses. Like the eyes can make or break it, and that's the shame with some of these figures that were kind of announced on the cusp. Is that, as you've said, you want to position the eyes depending on how they're in battle, and you can't do that. And it's such a letdown now because this is what every other figure that's being announced at the moment has. So it's just, yeah, it's a bit of a letdown for people. So I can totally understand that.
I also don't know. 160 is nuts. It's I just can't understand how Hot Toys allows the most anticipated figures to come out mediocre. Reminds me of Toby Andrew Spider-Man figures. I was not a big fan of those figures, and people were so happy with them. I was not, honestly. Bob Dylan is always giving the wide-eyed death stare, which would have been perfect for Hot Toys rolling eyes. Exactly. The one time we don't get them, and I know why we don't get the rolling eyes. It's because it's a bit lazy, but it's because he has a bald head, and for you to have the rolling eyes function, you need to access the eyes from the neck. For some reason. IGB, send me by Facebook. Add me on Facebook. My name is Joao, or Instagram. Instagram is Big Brother 81, Big Brother 1981. I even don't know my Instagram. Now
you're gonna trigger all the people that you don't reply to on Instagram, Joao.
Don't talk with me about that. Show Helen the Nick Fury from Winter Soldier figure as a bit of comparison.
Oh, I know that.
Winter Soldier is 2005.
Oh, I think it's later than that. Captain America Winter Soldier. I thought it recently celebrated its 10th anniversary. It's not that old.
That's right. It is correct. It's correct.
That's why I was asking when this Star Wars movie came out, because I'm more familiar from that sort of Marvel.
Let me go to my Instagram, see if YGP have sent me anything. I hate to open my Instagram.
So many
I got
messages.
Nothing. Oh Jesus.
Oh goodness.
Let me know when you send out. 2002 was the so it's difficult to get a. But anyway, no, I don't know. It looks, I don't know. It doesn't look. Maybe it's the lighting. I don't know.
Well, I mean, you know, I often say take blogger photos with a grain of salt because But I don't know. As I say, to me, like something in the shape of the head doesn't seem right. But I don't have a great baseline of.
But you know what's
what he looks
it's
like.
interesting is that they could very well use the Nick Fury sculpt. Because that sculpt is... They did well, Nick Fury. The Nick Fury was good.
Yeah, I agree.
I sent you a message request with the A. On Instagram? Let me check. Requests. Okay, I got it.
How many requests do you have?
Oh Jesus, Harold Green also sent me a message. I will reply to you later. He's also here in the message requests. You can send me now. That's not the best Sam Jackson they've done. Nick Fury was the way. Exactly, Nick Fury is good. Was a good sculpt. So they could use that one. And okay, got it. Thank you. Okay, well, this one is good. It's not perfect, but is I think is good enough for us to have an idea on a side-by-side comparison. Thanks a lot, YGB. Share this tab instead. Okay. Is the head? Is the head shape?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. It's not right.
Is the head shape? It's too rounded, right?
Yeah, it
It's
needs
the
to
head
be
shape.
a bit longer and narrower, I think.
It's the head shape. No doubt now. Do you think if
Yeah,
we...
because even his
do you
cheeks in
think
the
if
sculpt
we...
look fuller.
Do you think if we heat up the head enough, we can like stretch it a bit, make it more oval?
Oh god, I don't know. Ask Bob. That might be something Bob's tried in his kit bashing endeavors. I get a bit nervous about manipulating sculpts, so I've never really done it. I'm trying to get brave enough to consider cutting the
Jose,
neck
how are
off a
you?
practice
Morning,
sculpt.
everyone. Sorry, I'm late. No, you are not as late as Christian. Christian didn't even appear to stream. Don't worry.
Oh, Christian's
Not
evidently
even
let this
close.
down.
Yeah, but good idea. Yes, it's possible, right? If you hit the head enough, you hit it with like a heating gun, and then you just stretch it a bit. Maybe we'll go there. YGB said customizer actually did that with Days of Past Wolverine cheeks and squeezed it so it doesn't look. It looks less wide. So,
There you go.
I will not try that with mine anyway. Just to let you guys know. But yeah, the problem. Can it be? And I'm going very far with this, but can it be the camera lens making the head more? Can it be?
I wouldn't have thought so. I wouldn't
I
have
don't
thought so, because sometimes when the figures look a bit distorted, it feels a bit more obvious, whereas I don't get that impression of, oh gee, it could be a lens choice here. Like, this to me seems like it's a decent quality photo.
And I'm telling one thing, Mike, because I want this to be on record live. I'm going to call Christian number, the phone, and to see if he answers.
We're gonna hear that voicemail message
고객님의
again.
전화기가 꺼져 있어 삐 소리 이후 음성 사상으로 연결됩니다. 연결된 후에는 통화료가 부과됩니다. 메시지 녹음은 1번.
Nothing.
연락받으실 전화번호를 남기시려면
The phone is closed. This is how much you care about Collectors Unite, Christian. I'm kidding. He fall asleep for sure.
Yeah.
What's he really doing with the bananas? I don't know. Maybe he's just having a banana party. Who
Right,
knows?
he's like 10 years younger than us as well. What's his excuse?
Exactly, because he's 10 years younger than me. He's not even, no, more than 10 years. He's 30 now.
Oh, okay, so wow.
He's 30
So like
years
12,
old.
13 years, yeah.
I am here with 42. I play soccer yesterday 2 hours. I play soccer this afternoon 2 hours. I back home in a hurry to take a shower to stream, and I'm still here. We don't have Christian, but we have Figurecraft with us. How are you, my friend?
Good. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you perfect.
Yep.
Perfectly.
Hi, Ellen. Hi, Zhao. Thanks for having
How you
me.
doing?
Sorry, I'm a little
How are you?
late. I have
it's fine.
a kid with special needs, and nothing never goes according to plan. So I try to make
Okay,
it here
that's
as fast as possible. So thanks for having
So-
me. I'm happy to be here.
So you came just in the right time. What are your thoughts on the likeness here in this photo comparison between the Samuel L. Jackson really in the Revenge of the Sith and what Hot Toys give us in the blogger photos? And maybe you can tell us about this because you have, I think you have some experience in photography. Can be the lens that make the head more round than it really is? Is it possible in the Hot Toys blogger photos?
Yeah, I mean, this is one picture, and it looks like the comparison could be from episode 1 or 2 versus episode 3. I think the figure is from episode 2, correct? If I'm not mistaken.
Exactly.
So yeah, he does look 10 years a little bit older, more like episode 3. But
No, the figure is episode 3. Is Revenge of the Sith. No,
So-
Attack of the Clones. Sorry.
it's Attack of the Clones, yeah, because you can pair it with the Jango Fett. So yeah, it does look a little older. His face is more lean and kind of younger looking at that picture on the left, and that's Attack of the Clones. And even episode 1, Phantom Menace, he looks a little younger. So I think he started getting more like kind of more square face, more like bigger, like kind of like a more full face layered down the line. And that's what it looks like more to me. But it looks great. I mean, we've been waiting for this figure for a long time, so I'm very excited. I haven't ordered it yet, but I'm gonna grab it as soon as I can. I was just waiting for blogger photos.
Okay, so it's cool actually to listen this from you are happy with the figure as it came like this, right? You don't find that, you don't see a problem. Okay, cool.
I don't
cool.
see a problem. I mean, for the exception of movable eyes. I mean, it's like we've been waiting for this figure for a long time. I'm happy with it. I'm excited for it. I know there was a third party. I think you reviewed the third party, didn't you?
No, I didn't. That one I didn't review, but I remember that one was the Toy Works one, the Saber Master, or what was the name? I remember that one.
Some might disagree, but I think this one's far more a lot better than that one.
Of course it is. That one was the only available. So at that time there was nothing more than that. But I was asking you because we were talking here for already several minutes about this figure, and most people here in the chat they are not happy at all. Most people are not very happy with this. Shiny is saying the sculpt is S, but is better than not having him. It's true.
I agree with
You
Shiny.
don't know if you will ever see other Mace from Hot Toys. Most probably not.
Exactly.
This is the one and only.
Unfortunately, yeah. I mean, it has its differences from the prototype and also from the movie. So I understand, but like I said, we've been waiting for this figure for a long time, and I'm happy regardless. Same with the Obi-Wan Kenobi, the one that just recently got released. There's a lot of kind of ifs on this head sculpt, but it's one that you never thought you were going to get. We waited for so long. We had that Anakin for so long that we needed something to pair it up with, and we finally got it. So
it's true. Not only Anakin, you got Attack of the Clones. You got Jango Fett too, that you can pair him together. You got a lot. Tremble testing. I'm still waiting for Wong. That it's a running joke, but I think I don't know. Maybe it's the actual likeness really that is the problem on that one. I wanted to check here because there was an interesting comment here from Tremble Test to determine the artist. What was the last Nick Fury they did? Or the better one? The Winter Soldier, right?
I think they did two. They did the Avengers and they did the Winter Soldier one, and I think
Exactly.
the Winter
So
Soldier one was better.
We are going with a Winter Soldier, just to check, just to have an idea. But I think after that Ant-Man issue, they stopped to revealing so much about who were the sculptures. In the Nick Fury, it was In the Nick Fury, it was the art director was Kojun, that is now on JND. So in Nick Fury it was Kojun that is now in JND. So probably that's that, because the sculpted was made by So Young, but I think So Young also left Hot Toys. The head was painted by JC Hong, and the heart directed by Kojun. So maybe that's why.
I don't know if you
why'd
noticed recently, but their head sculpts have gotten slightly a little larger. And Kov Banth is, to prove my point, I don't know why, but it's like ever since probably the last 5 years, they've gotten slightly a little more, I don't know, more
wider.
Yeah, a little bit. And I see that in this one, but I don't know. I'll probably hold judgment until I have it in hands. But Cobb Banth is a good kind of example. I think it was Dilo that did a tutorial on how he put pads on the side to kind of make him look more broader, because the head sculpt's a little too tall or a little too wide. So
and the shoulders, they are not thin. They are thin. That's a problem with that figure. I completely agree with that. In the Mace figure, they, let me see. I think that exactly the Mace figure, the artists, they don't write anything. There's nothing there. Hot Toys stopped to give details about the artists in a lot of them. I'm not sure if in all, after the problem with the smiling Ant-Man and the Tony Stark, the Mark 85. After the backlash that the sculptors got on Instagram, people going after them and messaging them. So Dirty South 009, thank you so much, and I hope you can. Thank you so much. No, I hope you can enjoy, because I don't win anything with the code. YGB saying, I'm checking who did the sculpt, but the HT website is so slow. Is slow? There I know is slow. Here is fast. But I know when you are overseas, the Hot Toy site is a bit slow. Shane in the house.
When JC Hong posts pictures of the sculpts on Instagram, sometimes he does tag who was part of the team that created it.
Yeah, it sometimes tag the artist that did the sculpt. Shane, how are you?
Wide in here.
Yeah. Bob Dylan saying Kojun should leave JND and go back to Hot Toys. Ho ho. Keep dreaming. Bring Kojun back, everyone. Looks like Bokim would win. Sideshow wins the Battle of the Windows. Well, the Sideshow is the statue, right? No, I think it's the statue. Tony Stank, exactly. That makes sense. Backlash. It's true. When was the Tony Stank? Even JC Hong, the Hot Toys, the painter, he received death threats on his Instagram. People went after him crazy, like crazy message they were sending to him. So from that point on, they start to tell the details. Oh snap! Optical 20 looks good. Long time no see. What? Ooh, where is Optical 20? You are talking about two. P-Rock, I think you are high. He never tags Ishe. Yeah, because he's a third party. So, he's a third party sculptor, not an in-house. There is no credit for Mace Windu. Exactly, there's no credit, they didn't put anything. Some people have no lives and need therapy. Oh, completely. The third guy is Figurecraft. He's not Optical 20. He's Figurecraft. The third guy, P-Rock, you are really high.
Figurecraft, you take that as a compliment? I don't know. Is that a
Optical 20 is a handsome guy. Okay.
Yeah, Optical 20 is an OG collector.
He's a very handsome guy. He's a
handsome guy. Jesus,
thanks,
right,
P-Rock.
Mario, this P-Rock. What time is there now? It's noon time and you are already high. Yeah. Jesus. that Friday is that Friday is going to be insane. You'll be in the LWO later?
Who, me or P-Rock?
No, P-Rock. I was asking P-Rock because so early is already like this. He already cannot see the screen.
Mario.
But yeah, about the other ones, because we are just going to brush here about the other ones that these ones are crazy because I don't think most people will have a big chances to have these, at least not everyone. But did you are you going to pre-order any of these on Sideshow, Philly? The Kenobi or I mean the limited ones.
We have a group chat with Mario and a bunch of other friends that we're all trying to, kind of, give us each other support to getting at least one. And if one doesn't want it, we can pass it on to the next person. So yeah, we're definitely.
Mario is asking for you to join us tonight on LW if you are available.
Yeah, definitely, Mario.
It's 10:30 EST.
Yeah,
PM.
I'll be here.
Okay.
Usually I'm doing photography, so yeah, I'll be here.
Okay, cool. We need optical too. Exactly, we should call optical too, and then what time is the pre-orders will open? What time is that an hour?
For us, I think it's 1:00 p.m. Pacific time.
For the Imperial Commando and the Obi-Wan, right?
You know what? I know for the Commando is 1
they're
p.m.
at different times.
They're going to be at different times.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I think maybe one's at 4 p.m. and one's at 1 p.m. maybe.
Yeah. I haven't heard. I think the Commando is 1 and then Obi-Wan's 4 probably.
I already saw a lot of these in a Facebook group. Some resellers already have a lot of these ready to ship. They already collect from Secret Base a lot. It's all sold out in Hong Kong. The 300 pieces went disappeared in China. Here in China, they will open the pre-orders tomorrow at 11 a.m. But the quantity is not disclosed yet because they separate. Some will be available to buy in store in the Shanghai Disney store at 11 a.m. and at the same time they will open the online store. Kenobi is in 1 hour exactly. You guys should go to the line now. Jay-Z, Kenobi, the Mando Kenobi, the Mandalorian armor Kenobi, and Imperial Commando. They are limited. Darth Sidious, no. Darth Sidious is just a regular release.
The Kenobi I see it. The Kenobi I see it's going to be hard to kind of grab because it's kind of almost one of a kind. But the Commando, they're going to use that mold again for that helmet. I know they're going to make other variations, but it's exciting because it's a new trooper. So,
but I just think is that this Commando doesn't make sense to be limited because people will always want to have more than one. You will always want to have at least 3, 4, even more. So it's a figure that I don't see to be honestly to be worth for a limited. Toys Fair, exactly. We have Toys Fair in July.
And more Star Wars. About the Umbra Trooper, it's like, why include 3 helmets if you can only buy 1? It's like for people.
Exactly.
If you provide that, it's like you want to get multiples.
But not everyone is like Mario because you have 3 helmets. You need to buy 3 to use with every different helmet, right? But makes sense. At least give the option to buy 3, to have them with the 3 options. It makes sense.
Can I ask you guys a question? Because obviously, Miss Allison's the Star Wars collector in this house. Helen is not the Star Wars collector. But I genuinely like to know the sentiment of collectors. And I'm curious to know, I'm assuming, Figurecraft, you're also a Star Wars collector. I can't really see what you've got in the background because kind of blind. So I'm assuming you're both Star Wars collectors. How do you feel about how heavily skewed the announcements have been this year towards Star Wars. And as a segue to that, I'm keen to know, are you guys reaching a point where you're feeling like the limited exclusive figures, it's becoming a bit too much too often? Because for me, I've got no skin in the game, so I watch this from afar and I go, oh, isn't it interesting? Like, it's already releasing, it's a limited quantity, like, interesting choice from Hot Toys. But how do you guys feel? Is it a case of, well, I just have to be more selective, or is it a case that there's like a growing frustration that so many cool things are coming out, but they are so limited and they're going to be hard to get if you're not prepared to pay an aftermarket price? So I'd love to know that from you guys, and also people in the chat, how you're feeling about the volume and then how many releases are becoming quite limited and exclusive.
Well, I'll go first. I think it's just a reaction because of the market right now. You know, Sideshow's sitting on so many different figures that Hot Toys has produced that they can't get rid of them, even if they give them away. So they're going back to limited numbers, which, you know, it sparks more of an interest to collectors, especially, you know, Star Wars collectors, because, you know, exclusivity is definitely key for the collecting world. And doing this, it's helping them kind of build the buzz, because you don't know what they're going to do. Next figure, it might be limited, it might not be. So you have people already buzzing about it, and regarding if it's limited or not, they're lining up on the website ready to go just to pre-order it. So I think they're just kind of going back to the basics, how they used to be before, and they're just reacting to the market. That's my take. And for me, it's the chase is exciting, but unfortunately I've missed a couple, and, you know, it doesn't feel good now, but it's something that, you know, I think I missed on the Wanda Scarlet Witch and the rooted one, but there's the sculpted one to be offered, and that's just as good as the rooted one. So but that's how I feel about that.
Yeah, but sometimes with having so many exclusives, if you lose one, you will win the next one. So it's just just let it go. It's not much more to do. Anthony saying that he limits himself to DC. I couldn't cope with all these Star Wars figures. I would be going into credit card debt over those, which can be a real financial issue with collectors. Easily, like was saying earlier, that some people are already deep in 40 pre-orders. That's a lot of pre-orders. That's really a lot. Clinton Martin, howdy folks, how are you? Clinton and Tijuana, aka King Churro. Good morning, Philly and crew. Bob didn't say Vegas philosophy. No, it's not Vegas philosophy. It's just the way it is. The market is crazy right now, and we are going to see more exclusives for sure. Broken is saying, I'm okay with limited exclusive every now and then, but they are now dropping them every week, and at the worst 2 at the same time. I can only take so much before the hobby turns into burden. People are collecting Sideshow deposits at this point.
I don't really know how vital or important some of these characters are. And I think, you know, this reminds me a little bit of back in the heyday of Marvel, when there's so many figures announced. So, because there's part of me that does wonder, is the flip side of this, they're making it limited to avoid that scenario we saw with like the Infinity War and the Endgame figures, where they've been so heavily discounted and in some cases even given away for free. Like, I kind of wonder if that's a ploy that they're at. But are these like I know Kenobi is a significant character, but some of these other ones we've seen that have been exclusive, are they important characters that people would want if they weren't an exclusive, or is some of the desirability the fact that they're exclusive figures and not the character as much?
Kenobi with the Mandalorian armor, no one ever asked for these.
Okay.
No one ever. Darth Sidious makes sense. I would see more Darth Sidious to be limited. It would make more sense than Kenobi. The Imperial Commando, I think they are going with these with troopers. They did the Amber Trooper. They did the the chrome ones and the golden ones, so it's something that they like to do. Brother Cousins in the house, how are you? Brother Cousins, what up? Family, give it up for this wonderful panel. Ellen, I just watched your display case video, excellent job.
Thank
Exactly,
you.
guys, if you haven't
Very
yet,
kind.
check Helen display case video on your way. Of course, pass also on Brother Cousins Toys reviews. Give a subscribe to them, also to Ellen. It helps a lot. And Figurecraft,
you.
of course. I agree with you, bro. Can't take too much more of this. I think people are getting a bit feeling a bit abused, and because you can only spend so much money, right? So that's why in the beginning I said you need to start to choose. I'm not going into these. You need to lose some on the way, and just be okay with it. Mike, quick question: since it seems Hot Toys is delivering on everything that initial promo shot had, is a Doku 2.0 incoming? I think so. A Doku 2.0, I think it's a given already. And don't be surprised if it's artisan. Don't be surprised, really. I think it's a given. And probably also a Kylo Ren is the only two that they are missing to now. Can't think.
Yeah, it's very strange they released this Darth Sidious from Episode 3 where they still have the Clone Wars for pre-order. I was going to wait to pre-order that Clone Wars, but now that this one's out, I'm definitely going for this one. So it's very odd, but it was definitely well requested among the community. So I'm glad this came out. So if this is coming out, then definitely Dooku's going to be,
Yeah. Dooku is coming for sure. Before we leave, I wanted to talk here with you guys about these. Today we saw some more photos because I feel very interesting about this figure. I think Mars Toys, their quality is getting really better than this sculpt looks so good.
Looks great.
This sculpt looks really, really good. But it's not even up for pre-order, so they do take their time. Mars Toys does take their time.
They've been teasing on this one for a while too.
Exactly. And the teeth, they look really good.
Hopefully Michelle Pfeiffer is next, because they've been teasing that one too.
You took the words out of my mouth, because every time they post a picture and all those figures look amazing, I'm like, come on, Penguin and Catwoman from Batman Returns, because I so am desperately keen. Like, I didn't buy that Eternal Toys Penguin because I thought, oh, Mars Toys, they're going to do it. They teased the duck boat. I'm seriously considering the duck boat if they make it. But it's looking good. And, like, the two figures I bought, the Alfred and the Bruce Wayne from 89, like, they're such good figures. And I think it's a bit... the fact that they're going back and doing reruns of some of these figures that, there's demand for, I think, obviously that's just kind of going to be delaying things even more, right? The fact that, did they not do like 3 runs of the Cesar Romero Joker? They've done even 2 runs of the Mr. W figure. Like, that can't be helping, but I just want an update, just some kind of update, Mars Toys, if you're out there, just give me that little photo to keep me hanging on for some pre-orders.
Something in color. But I was listening to... sorry, go ahead.
No, I'll say like the Penguin too. They did the same with the Penguin. They show a render of Penguin, but then nothing more.
I was listening to your conversation earlier about, Helen, about Margot Robbie's, and I was trolling you, so I pulled my little kit bash here to kind of, you can see. I don't know, can you see it?
It's a little bit dark.
Let me solo you.
Oh wow!
Yeah, whoa!
That's cool.
That's a kit bash.
Yeah, it's a DC Direct 1/6 scale and on a Fison body and a Margot Robbie head sculpt. I don't know if you can see it here.
Wow.
Block my face. There you go.
Oh wow!
That's the one you were talking about, right?
Well, yeah, from the movie. I mean, I guess that's even better because that's the actual comic suit. But that's what I was so excited about with the Suicide Squad movie, was that she was going back to that black and red, right? Like that, what was it, Daddy's Little Monster t-shirt and blah, blah, blah. Like that did nothing for me. But when I saw the character poster and she had the black and red and the mallet, and I was like, this is the Harley Quinn I've been waiting for. And they didn't do it.
You know,
and everyone wants the red dress, and I don't want the red dress. I want her in that jumpsuit. That's what I
was
want.
surprised because they did so many different variations of her, and they didn't do the one they all wanted. It was really odd. So,
and that's why I'm going. You know, not that Howard's listening to me, but I'm like, come on, if you're gonna do something artisan in DC, I'd have to think, particularly if they can get that head sculpt right, because you know the Birds of Prey. You know, I think some of those sculpts weren't quite right. If they can get the sculpt right, have the nice rooted hair, have that more comic-inspired outfit, I would have thought there'd be a demand for that, surely.
Yes, Jose, I know. I'll be there in 5 minutes. But any of you are getting these? Galen, no, you are not getting these, right?
No, I have to say though, it's been so tempting. Like when everybody had that Cesar Romero Joker and was raving about it, there was many times I looked at it and was like, this is a great figure, should I get it? But I don't have that same attachment to the 66 Batman. So I said, I'm buying this because of hype. I'm not buying it because I've sat there going, oh, this is the character I've always wanted. So I've resisted. But this line looks great. Like they posted some pictures of the Riddler recently as well, and the quality's just looking fantastic. So I think even if you don't want this line, just the quality that they're producing gets you excited for all the stuff that they've teased to date.
How about you, Phil? Are you getting this one? Will you get this one?
Yeah. I kind of wanted to stay with Batman and Robin and just the Batmobile. But I got
you
the
don't
Joker.
Have the prank villain, the Romero from Mars.
Yeah, I wanted to stay there, but I ended up getting the prank villain, and that vehicle. I mean, the figure was amazing. It was really truly amazing, even for a third party. It was one of the top figures of that year, I think last year. But you gotta get the Penguin to go along with this one. I got the Riddler on pre-order as well, so you know. Why not just give us Batgirl and Catwoman too? It's classic stuff. I have this, like I said, I have this Harley right here, so I love classic stuff too. I go back to the basics and classic costumes, classic characters, to pay homage to the modern era. I am all for that, so I definitely will get this one.
Cool. Peter was asking when the Riddler 2-pack being released. I think first they are going to release the Jim Carrey one. I think that's the one that is already almost done. Probably then it will be next.
Yeah, they recently showed a photo of that updated Tommy Lee Jones Two-Face as well, and this has been the thing because
but the Tommy Lee Jones not even yet on pre-order.
No, but they show updated photos, and I'm not into those Joel Schumacher movies, but again, these figures have made me question, and then I'm like, no, you didn't love these, resist. But they're looking really good.
They definitely do. Well, I think we yes.
Sorry, speaking on Batman before we go, I do have something. I did bring something for show and tell, if you don't mind. I'm gonna send it to you real quick.
Sure.
Yay!
And it's something I've been working on. I just sent it to you right now, so you can pull it up. This is the first time you guys are going to see this. Only one person or two people have seen this, but
you share the screen, right?
I'm sending it to you on Facebook, but I can share the screen.
Okay, no, fine. I take from Facebook.
It's on the link. But I took this picture. I'm working on a video, and it just got approved by the man Yost. And I'm doing
That's exciting.
Holy cow.
I'm doing a can you guys see it?
Not yet. I'm
Joel's not showing it. He's not sharing.
No, I need to share now.
I'm doing a Jazz Inc. Vehicle video, like a kind of like a sort of a.
Look at this, Jesus.
But here's the shot of all the vehicles.
Oh my god.
Wow.
And so he's very happy with it. He wants to use this for his website, but this is going to be the thumbnail for that. But been working on that for almost 2-3 weeks, and I'm very excited because it's these are large vehicles, and I don't think anybody's taking the daunting
It's
task
so
to,
large. How can you
record all of them in one shot?
Wow.
So
This is, but this you are using some kind of because that rock diorama is a real rock, right?
no, it's Photoshop. That's Photoshop.
It's
but
Photoshop.
The rest of it is the real. This is just a thumbnail for the video.
But it's beautiful.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
You have no idea of the people. If you have idea of the size of the cars, because the 66 looks small, right? But that thing is huge.
It's huge. Yeah.
Looks beautiful. This photo
Even
and the Batwing there,
the Batwing. So.
and
But
the
yeah,
back signal in the back. Whoa.
Wow.
So I wanted, what? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to ask you a question. Because this is beautiful, but do you have a favorite? I'm out of interest. Do you have a favorite Batmobile? Like, if you had to say this is my number one in the pecking order, which one would it be?
It's funny you mentioned that because it's usually the newer one that arrives is my favorite. The 95 just arrived, and unfortunately, it's not lit up there. But when you see it lit up, it has its presence that's amazing. But honestly, to answer your question, the next one in line is the 89, and he's building it to more accuracy than the Hot Toys. I used to own the Hot Toys one, but I recently sold it. But I'm looking forward to that 89 one. And I think everybody in the community is as well, because he's done so many details that are insane. Like, he's so accurate to that vehicle, and he's done so much research that it's just mind-boggling, and it just makes you very excited to be looking forward to that. So that one's going to be coming out in the next couple of months, and all of us are looking forward to it. So to answer your question, Alan, that probably will be my favorite.
Fair enough.
The 89 one.
Amazing.
And it's
Amazing.
perfectly because the Hot Toys 89 Keaton is going to come out pretty soon as well. So that'd be great.
It looks like he's releasing very soon. That
Yeah.
one.
Oh, I hope so.
But this looks amazing. So you will have a video in your channel showcasing these, right?
Yeah, I'll do. It's a tribute video of all the vehicles, and hopefully, eventually, when the 89 comes out, I'll do an update video from that as well. But this is the thumbnail I figured I wanted to share with you guys because I just took these yesterday. Thank you.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, Yost is very excited. He got the picture. He wants a larger one. So, but yeah, just wanted to do a little show and tell for Thanks for having me over. I appreciate it.
No.
awesome.
It's amazing, and everyone in the chat, remember to subscribe to Figurecraft, and if you haven't yet checked the videos he has there already, the collection tour is amazing, and you will have this showcase of all the jazzing vehicles that I'm sure it will look really cool too. It's already getting late because I have an appointment with the Bargain Bin Bros at 165 channel, and for me it's already almost 1 a.m. so I need to head up there, and then I will just stay for a few minutes and then get to bed, because I will go to bed maybe 1 a.m. then tomorrow 8 a.m. I'm streaming with Man of Hot Collectibles Dante, and after Dante I go directly to LWO, so it's crazy. Yeah, thank you so much for coming, Philly, and of course Ellen, and we will never forget Christian for this because he missed this show and it's unacceptable. Wish everyone a beautiful weekend, stay safe, and we will see you in the next week.